touchline vision here. I'm going to be predicting Brazil against Japan in the round of 32. Uh, so with Brazil, they tied Morocco, they beat Haiti and Scotland, and they dominated their way, winning Group C and making it to the round of 32. Now, that may not necessarily mean anything when you reach knockouts. We've seen what happened last time out, and it's always like a European team that defeats Brazil. It was Croatia, it was Belgium at some point, and they may do well in their group. They even had like teams like Switzerland, Serbia last time out, and they did well in their group. But they got knocked out in the quarterfinals, I think. Um, so with Japan though, you'd say the same. They tied Sweden, Netherlands, so against the European teams, it was a competitive draw, and Tunisia was the worst African side and they beat them 4-0. They really were tested against Netherlands and Sweden, but if you gave them a third tough opponent, you don't know if they would actually get a victory or not. I could see them get three draws, like fellow AFC side Iran. Wasn't really confident that the Tunisia victory meant that these guys are going to top the group or anything. They ended up not doing it despite the Tunisia victory. They got second place with 5 points. But they kept it a draw against European opponents. And in the knockouts, keeping it at a draw would mean that eventually it lead to PK shootouts. You'd have a lot of scenarios like that. Could they beat Brazil in a PK shootout if, let's say, we would give them a draw? Let's say it's 1-1, it goes to PKs. It doesn't allow us to do it here. Would they beat Brazil in a PK shootout? I don't think so. I can see it go either way because both sides were pretty bad in penalties and sensitive moments. They do choke. I think if one team's gonna win it, it's Brazil. Um, if it goes there, I don't think Brazil's gonna get knocked out early. I actually think Brazil is gonna get knocked out again by a European team, and it's gonna be Norway this time. In the round of 32, they're gonna get past Japan with, let's say, a 2-1 victory or a 3-1 victory. A narrow to moderate gap. Um, okay, let's just say Brazil 3, Japan 2. We'll stick with this one. That's going to be my prediction for the round of 32. And the winner of this will play the winner of Ivory Coast and Norway, which will be exciting to watch. Um, I'm going to make a separate prediction for that one. But yeah, that's going to be the round of 16. For the round of 32, I think Brazil 3, Japan 2. And I think a lot of substitutions will be key for Brazil. I don't know how Neymar would do against this Japanese side. I think Cunha, Vinicius, these players are in hot form. Rayan has been very good for Bournemouth on the right wing. So I mean, he's done great club level, and he's made a great breakthrough to this Brazilian side. I think one of the good selections were him, and I don't know who, I forgot who the striker was, but it was not really a fan's favorite. It wasn't one that you would really be biased and say that he should be a starting striker. It was an unexpected call up, and I think it was Igor Thiago who plays for Brentford. I don't know how he's doing. I think he has one goal or assist to his name. All in all, Ancelotti has the experience to do well in the knockouts. And as much as people were backing Japan to upset Brazil because they did it earlier, I think the World Cup carries a totally different complexion. I actually think Brazil are going to choke again, but it's not going to be to Japan. It's going to be to another European side. I think both AFC nations are going to be eliminated uh, in the round of 32, especially Australia. And I'm going to do a prediction for that. If there's one team, it's going to be Japan. Maybe we will see a Japan Norway moment. It's gonna be really tight. I think it's just gonna be a one goal victory by Brazil. I don't think it's gonna be a dominant display. I think Japan has what it takes, but you cannot rely on them because they have always gotten knocked down around the 16. Here we have the round of 32. Either way, it looks like the winner of Ivory Coast Norway is going to be in the quarterfinals. Either way, that's what it looks like. Uh, I'm gonna go with Brazil. I think Brazil Norway is going to be our round of 16 here, and I'm not gonna overthink it. But back to the players that were really good. You got Rafinha, you got Casemiro, a lot of good players that are, playing in defensive mid position. When their man marking is great, they can uh, contribute a lot defensively. With this Japanese side, the system that they play, the football that they play is a very quick build-ups, and within 5 6 seconds, they're right, outside of the 18, and they can pose a massive threat. Very short, small players that are quick. Their tiki taka is really spot on. And I know this is an Iranian because when I was watching the Asian Cup quarterfinals, one of Iran's main goals against Japan was winning that physical battle. As long as you got players like Casemiro there, you got Marquinhos, you got Gabriel. I think the defense can take these Japanese players on. They may go down 2-1 to Japan, and then they will be the ones that come back to beat Japan. I don't think the other way around is going to happen like we saw earlier. I think Brazil's going to get it together and knock the Japanese out of this tournament. So with Japan, I think when the key players that they have are Tanaka, Daichi Kamada. These guys are the ones that are going to pose that threat I spoke about. Um, the defense, I honestly don't remember who they had. Maybe Tomiyasu. Uh, the this defense, it can be weak at times. I think after Brazil wins that physical battle, what is their attacking plan to exploit, Japan's defense and their weaknesses? Because their defense is something that is not hard to expose. Their attack, though, I mean, Ueda, Tanaka, Kamada, these guys are at really good form, and I think Matoma is in this team as well. Uh, Lots of good wing play, good build up, very quick feet. It's can Brazil win that physical battle and answer in their way and exploit off of Japan's defense to get the victory? I think they can. Um, in the Canada match, I learned not to give a prediction that is necessarily high scoring. This doesn't give us much options. I'm gonna say 2-1 to Brazil, not 3-2. I'm gonna say Brazil 2, Japan 1. Although I see a lot of 2-1 scores, it's important to have some like variation there. I'm gonna say 2-1 Japan or 3-2. Either way, Brazil are gonna end up advancing. That is it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment below what you think, and stay tuned in for more videos. Thank you.